So I woke up this morning and once again I saw another video online, and I would want you to watch this video. How disheartening a man who calls himself a preacher, whether pastor, whether not prophet, or I don't know what he said about this issue of the Christian genocide in Nigeria. Please listen.
The point is, let's forget about genocide. Let's forget about genocide. Trump is selfish.
Very well, sir.
Trump is selfish.
Very well, my lord.
He wants Nigeria resources.
Very well, sir.
So, but he just want to use genocide,
Yes, sir.
as avenue
Very well, sir.
to take over Nigeria's government.
Oh, yes.
As the Lord said, not as man, not as security wise. And can they know Nigeria better than us?
Yes, sir.
You've listened, right? I want us to take note of his words. He said, let's forget genocide. Really? Let's forget genocide? How did we get to this level in Nigeria? Say when person buy, we know they see him like anything again. Like if the figures not they run into hundreds, we don't see it as anything. For Nigeria now, if you hear say they buy 20 people, it be like normal story. If you hear say they buy 30 people, it be like normal story. The only time people go talk about them now maybe when it don't they reach 100, 150, 200. And still people do not feel that it is genocide. And I keep asking, what is the expected amount of people to be killed before we go agree on a genocide? Please, did anywhere in the UN Charter specify the number of people expected to be killed in a society, in a country, that they can now say, oh, based on this XYZ amount of people when don't buy, we can now say or call it genocide? Is there an expected number of persons? Because look, we are talking about thousands of people when they don't buy for Nigeria. Christians when they don't buy. Yet a man, a pastor, a prophet comes out in his congregation and say, let's forget about genocide. Like you they say, may we forget say they don't buy people. May we forget say they don't buy people. So the most important thing for you now the oil, even if now the resources, even if that is what Americans they come for. Do you know that people need to be alive to even enjoy the benefit of these resources, to enjoy these resources? People need to be alive. And you they say, forget, may they buy everybody. So by the time they buy everybody, what is the usefulness of these resources? Because that is what you have just said. Is he Apostle Elijah or what's your name, sir? Like, I don't understand when these men come out and they call themselves Christians and these are the kind of comments you make. With the talk of Christians where they buy for Nigeria, you say let's forget about genocide? Sir, can you hear yourself?
Let's forget about genocide.
Oh! And then people in your church, they look you. They quiet and then they say, may you ride on. So imagine that your congregation now, the things that have been happening in Nigeria, say that your congregation now, this radical Islamic sects come there, open fire by people. You say make we forget about genocide. No, then you can't survive. You say no, let's forget about people that cry for my church. May we forget. We don't need anybody to come help us. They won't come carry our microphone. They won't come carry our speaker. Now because of our keyboards, they won't come. Now because of this fine cutting where they the altar, they won't come carry am. So may they not come help us. When these people come next week or next 2 weeks Sunday, may they still come by people again. No problem. That is what you have just said, sir. Like seriously. Oh, what has happened to the Christian community? Trump has kept repeating it. He said he is coming for the Islamic radicals.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done.
And I keep saying, I have a lot of Muslim friends, wonderful Muslim friends. They, even if they cannot come out in the open to criticize this thing, they say it that they do not support the killing of human beings by any means. Whether Christians, whether una no dey go church, una no dey go mosque, the killing of unnecessary killing of people. And you, as a Christian religious leader, you say let us forget about the killing of Christians. Sir, please, are you mentally okay? If it is old age, can you please hand over to someone else? Are you mentally okay? Don't you think you need examination, sir? You say let us forget about genocide.
Let's forget about genocide. Let's forget about genocide.
Can the Christian Association of Nigeria, at this point, can you just stand up and take a decision, take a stand on this, and make it loud as this can be? As loud as this can be, can you take a stand on it? Sir, whether you are a bishop, whether you are a prophet, whether you are a pastor, again, just the same way I talk about Pastor Wale Adefarasi, I am saying to you, may the number of genocide you are expecting to happen before you will agree happen to you and your entire family, so that you will feel it. When the number is complete, sir, come back and tell us that, oh, with this you now agree that there is genocide in Nigeria. Then give us the figure so that the world can take that figure as statistics and agree globally that it is only when XYZ amount of people is being killed that the world can agree and say that genocide has been committed either against a group, either against a tribe, either against a religion, that the world will agree. May this number you are expecting before you and your family and your generation say a loud amen to it, sir.